Welcome back to the Working Class Musician YouTube channel. I am Jimmy Franklin. This channel is the channel that will always be dedicated to making sure that you get the most bang for your buck when you are buying new gear. So to be sure to get to me before you overspend, hit subscribe below and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss a video. Today we are going to debunk the myth that Chibsons are actually Epiphones. Also, always be sure to check the description box for links to gear in the videos from our friends at Sweetwater. Here's the deal. I'm a huge fan of conspiracy theories. I love conspiracy theories. I don't believe in them, but I like them. I think they're fun. I think they're creative. One of the biggest conspiracies and one of the biggest scandals to ever come out in the guitar world is the idea that Chibsons are actually made secretly by Gibson in the Epiphone factory in China. We always hear those stories coming out of, Chinese factories that they're just, the same thing manufactured by the same company, but with a different tag on it. It's not uncommon to hear. Here's something that I've noticed on both of them that would make it less believable. And they're very, very tiny things a lot of times, but that makes it slightly less believable that that could be true. I'm gonna get yelled at all the time because this is an old Chibson. Everyone knows that. And this, however, is a brand new blue sparkle, Epiphone Les Paul Modern. There's gonna be major differences in these two that this specific Chibson never had a chance to live up to. I don't think the difference in the years between these two really matters to this argument, and here's why. First things first, I've noticed that where the body meets the neck does not line up. You'll notice that the Chibson is well below the 17th fret, whereas the Epiphone meets perfectly right at it. That's a quality that no matter what year of Epiphone you have, it is always matched. Something else I would like to talk about is the fretboard, because the necks we can't talk about in this case. This neck being the Les Paul Modern, the neck on this is like more of the, it's what they call the asymmetrical slim taper neck, and it's thin and wicked for shredding. But this would have never had that chance to have one of those on it. The specific thing comes from the fretboard. The quality of the inlays are truly a quality of something owned by Gibson. They're seamless, you don't feel them. These on this, however, feel like they're still glue. Here's a great example of one right here. This will even happen on the modern Chibsons, I promise you. Not only that, but you can see the inlay is kind of slanted. There's another one, not only that, but once again, the inlay is slanted in the box. This is common even on brand new Chibsons. From when I was in 6th grade, my Epiphone SG has had that same quality of inlay. And so for them to be coming from the same factory in that case, I don't know. I'm not quite sure that I'm convinced on that. So another thing that people refer to all the time is the break angle of the headstocks. Now, you can see right here that they are very different. I think it's easy to say that they're not the same thing at all. It might not be showing, I might be holding them like a weird way, but in person you would see that they are not the same break angle, and that's quite interesting. In this case, you could see the terrible craftsmanship right there near the nut, as opposed to the seamless one of this Epiphone right here, and I do believe that Epiphone has always had that quality. I don't think any Chibson comes with a Graphtec nut. The Epiphones they're making now do come with Graphtec nuts. I don't think any of them would come with the modern carve in the heel. Like even modern Chibsons, I have not seen anything advertised or anything come through here with the carved heel. The binding work on this one is shoddy. Meanwhile, the binding on this is pretty flawless, and I do appreciate that, but the thing is what's on the binding to me. What's on the binding is these fret dots that are very, every Chibson that I've seen, they're rather inconsistent, and they're significantly, I don't know if you can see that, they're significantly smaller. But I would feel like that would not be the case. Like stupid little things like that. The binding around this whole guitar is inconsistent. There's like one of those spots where the glue seeps through. There's plenty of those all over this guitar. That's just one of the best ones for me to show you. This one originally had Grover style tuners on it, so that's an interesting thing because it definitely still has the holes of the Grovers on it. The modern comes with these locking tuners, which are absolutely awesome. I've almost always seen on a Chibson of some sort that they come with either Grover tuners or some sort of Grover style. I've seen some of the newer Chibsons, and I think that the fit and finish overall is pretty good, but I've yet to see something that rivals an identical finish to something like this. I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna do my research. I'm going to look as much as possible. I can't get over the quality of the new Epiphones. It just absolutely blows me away. Another little stupid thing, the distance between the neck here and the strap button is way further. Let me see if I can even remotely get this to zoom in. Is way further away. So much different. Input jack placement. It's like little stupid things all the time. The input jacks are in different places, completely different spots. And that's something that's never changed on the Les Paul. No matter how modern or old of a Les Paul, like the Epiphone Les Pauls have always had them in the same spot. Along with that, the most important thing to me is the bridge to stop bar distance. That's not something that's ever changed on Epiphone. The Epiphone SG that I mentioned before that I bought in 6th grade has the exact same distance from the saddles to the stop bar as this Epiphone. This has been standard practice on Epiphones for a very, very long time. All in all, guys, I think that the myth that Epiphone or Gibson has secretly been making Chibsons out of their factory is safe to say that it's not true. That's my own personal opinion. I could be completely wrong. Overall, if you're going to spend the $300 or $400 on a Chibson and you're going to wait for, God knows how long, maybe 2 months sometimes for shipping, I think it would be a better bet to buy a real Epiphone than it is to buy a Chinese knockoff. I think that this instrument will truly take you further than any of the Chinese knockoff Les Pauls that I've ever seen. Everything from this all the way up to some of the most recent ones. But to say that they're made in the same factory, I'm not convinced yet. That's at least how I feel. I think even with this, with the new headstock that they're doing now, there's never been a better time to own an Epiphone Les Paul. Even though they're really small things, I hope it clears some things up about that Epiphone Chibson rumor conspiracy theory. Thank you guys so much. This has been the Working Class Musician YouTube channel. I am Jimmy Franklin. I'm gonna go make a few more videos with these, and I will catch you next time.